Morning, lads. Another day in the backyard, and I'm running out of space. Can't even fit the essentials. And I want to keep the Mac valve as close as possible to the gate. You know, keeping lines short and crisp, but can't mount it to the fuse box. Got my oil filter. Oh, I'm not sure. Not sure where to put it. Don't want to mount it to the frame. Yeah, we have to come up with some kind of bracket, you know, fit it maybe here to fit the oil filter and the Mac valve there. Doesn't get better, no more room. So we need to get creative here. Some CAD required here. Let's get going. This is my favorite part of project car building. Cardboard aided design, CAD. Being creative, actually, it sounds weird, but designing something, creating something that fits, it's actually really rewarding, you know, like seeing the results. So CAD guys, get like a cardboard, really thin but stiff, so you can fold it, put a grease into it. You know, don't worry about cutting too much stuff off, because use tape and put it back together. You know, like no issues. So you can cut it to every length, you know, easy fold it. And that's what I'm doing here, you know, wrap it around the fuse box, squeeze it into the corners, you know, to mark it, and then cut the outlines. You know, it's a very forgiving material. I can definitely recommend it to work with. It's cheap and it works. You know, I'm very happy, you know, how the template turned out. So I'm going to put it on aluminium now. I had a couple leftovers in the man cave. Let's transfer our template onto our piece of aluminium here and get going. You know, getting the jigsaw out and cutting into pieces. Like this old mule is following me, like it's by my side for ages. It's definitely hurting. I'm so surprised it's still breathing. It's standing its ground, you know, took its toll after Land Rover, Mini Cooper, Volvos. Man, hats off to this jigsaw, but it's definitely hurting and not sure how long it's going to keep up. Man, this template or like this aluminium is really hard to hold down and to control. You know, it doesn't fit in a benchwise. So I have to be creative here and, you know, jam it kind of into a pallet. Trying to be in control of it, but it's like shaking all over. But definitely just want to hit a straight line, you know, so I don't have to grind it off too much. So it took ages until I've been able to actually bend the last piece of it, the bracket, you know, that gets attached to the fuse box. So really easy tap in, not like the hillbilly redneck thing that I'm usually doing, because I want to have a tight corner. So check this out. Not shabby at all, isn't it? So some fine tuning here, you know, like the last final cut. And let's check the fitment. Come on. I'm really, come on, come on, come on. Ooh, look at it. Like snook. You know, a bit worried about the distance to the brake container. You know, like I'm a bit concerned, but it fits spot on. Very happy. So last but not least, the final hole for the actual bracket, to hold the bracket to the fuse box, one of them. So this is like one side of the attachment, and the other side will be directly attached to the fuse box side. And yeah, not too bad. But let's do the final fitment before we're gonna paint it black, and check this out. Anyhow, let's give it a little shower with black paint. This is my favorite one. It's 2K paint, and it's not easy to scratch that up, so it's heavy duty paint. And in all honesty, I'm using it for every job. It's amazing paint. So better safe than sorry. Yeah. Meanwhile, since it's drying, I'm going to prep the Mac valve and everything I need. to have like a proper secure fitment. So check this out. Mag valve is attached to the side of the bracket, and you can tell the oil filter and restrictor is already, like the bracket of it, or for it, it's already attached. So really nice. I've attached the AN lines because it's easier to reach. And again, lots. I'm using this Teflon tape, so I can recommend it to anyone who uses NPT. Use it as a couple pennies and you're not going to regret it. You're not looking for leakage. So I'm taking one of my fancy sensors to monitor the vitals of my turbos. So it's a combined sensor, pressure as well as temp. So I'm going to monitor the oil. Look at this fancy pants sensor, cost a fortune, but turbo as well. Look at the whole shebang. But yeah, we're expanding the engine bay. So the oil filter, slides right into the bracket. The only concern that I still have is like, hopefully I got enough room to the back, to the brake booster. And that's the only concern. So surprise, we gonna find out, and about now. Anyhow, done. Dyno time. Plumbing done. Water, but that's going to be another day. Gonna add water, but plumbing of the anti-lag valve, fresh air valve, aka breast of boost, and straight gate, Mac valves, restrictor, everything buttoned up.